Hey there, beautiful brown girl family. Welcome to the replay for those of you who are tuning into the replay, and welcome to the live for those of you who are here for the live. What up, girl? You got a lot of energy.
I do. I always have a lot of energy when we come on our Mondays and I'm connecting with you and having fun with you. This is, again, my happy place. So I'm happy. I didn't say again. No, this is my happy place. So yeah, you guys know I come with the energy.
Yes, girl. It was all kind of stuff that was going on behind the scenes, honey. I was like, wait, why we not streaming nowhere? Like, what is happening right now? So hopefully I fixed that. I think that you all are in here. So if you can go ahead and start introducing yourselves in the comments, let us know where you are watching from. Also, let us know if this is your very first time hanging out with us on Brownversations. That will let us know that you are there, that you can hear us, that everything is going good and copacetic. While you all are doing that, let me go ahead and pull it up on my end as well and share.
Plus, we need your energy. We need your energy. Today was the Mondayest of Mondays for me. I'm like, I need our Brownversations energy.
Yes, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. So yeah, y'all, we need y'all to get in here, talk to us, comment, stop, share the broadcast. Let us know. There they are. They're coming.
Hey,
we're like, Lord, are there people here? Where they at, Lord?
Listen, y'all. We're like, where are the people?
The people are coming. The people are coming. All right. So as you all are coming in, please go ahead, start introducing yourselves in the comments. Let us know where you are watching from. Also, let us know if this is your very first time hanging out with us on Brownversations. We love to celebrate our first timers. So go ahead and drop first time in the comments if this is your very first time. If you are always here hanging out with us, you are a regular here at Brownversations, type "Hey beautiful" in the comments. All right. So as you all, y'all, my contacts are acting up. I got them in, but child, these eyes is blurry.
You know what? It would have looked cute today. Oops, sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. My phone went off. You know what? It looked really cute. I mean, you still look cute. You always look cute. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. Oh, real cute. You should have worn your yellow glasses with the red glasses.
The issue what becomes with my glasses is I can't see, right? So then when I try to like put any type of makeup on when I have my glasses on, to be all jacked up. So today I prioritize, I want to be cute in the face, and now I can't see. So listen, if things be a little blurry, look, y'all gonna have to excuse your girl, okay? Because I'm definitely trying to sleep over here, all right? But we see y'all getting in here, so shout out to Eden.
Is it Eden or Edit? It's Eden. I feel like it's Eden.
And Masha, I really can't see y'all.
Can you tell her to go get her glasses for a second? Can we ask Kimberly, you want to go get your glasses?
This is about to be funny. Girl, I'm good. So look, let me go ahead and get us started while y'all are checking in. This is about to be funny to me. Let me go ahead and get us started. So welcome to Brownversations, y'all. This is our virtual platform where we talk about all things brown girl related. We are here to connect you to other like-minded women and give you a platform to share your voice in the Brownversations that matter to us and those we care about. We invite you to follow beautiful brown girls and follow us individually as we take this journey through life. My name is Kimberland, and I am coming to you all from Medellin, Colombia. I am what am I? I'm an intuitive melanated life coach. I'm an educator, educational consultant, and advocate. I'm also a professional frolicker. And tonight I am one of your hosts here on Brownversations.
Hey, Kimberly. Well, my name is Sabrina Jackson, or Sab Jackson, and I reside in the cold city of Dallas, Texas today. It's pretty cold. To me, it's cold. And I am also one of your co-hosts as well. This evening, I am a marketing professional, a forever student, a podcast host, burgeoning real estate investor. We're going to talk about that later. Daughter to Barbara, sister to Maria, and sister to Juana. And welcome, people. Excited to have you. Welcome, people. Welcome.
Yes. So again, if you all haven't done so already, we encourage you to go ahead, pause right now, share the broadcast, tag some of your friends, tell them to get in here, y'all. This show thrives with your voices. All right. So we need y'all to go ahead on and stretch them fingers out. Okay. Get ready to get up in these comments.
I gotta get my water. I got my energy drink. Show.
Yes.
They're not sponsoring us, so I'm just gonna show the back.
Facts. Okay. So at any rate, we want to make sure we let you all know what we're here about. Some of you all are first timers here at Beautiful Brown Girls. So
absolutely. So yes.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So if you are here for the first time, let us give you a quick breakdown of who we are and what we're about. So Beautiful Brown Girls is all about sisterhood and support and self-care. We are here to create authentic friendships, swap stories, experiences, and ideas around our shared mission of love, inspiration, acceptance. This is the place where you can be your beautiful brown selves. We appreciate you again for being here and spending time with us. Thank you for spending your Monday with us and your time with us. Also, as Kimberland was saying, please, 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 please stop and share. If you really love our content, we invite you to share and support by sharing the information that we share with you. The reason is because we can get stars. We get stars now. So stars cost a penny, and this helps us be able to continue to bring you quality content. So we ask that you provide us with some likes, some love, some thumbs up, some hearts, all that stuff, all of those things, so that what that does is it helps amplify the content and helps boost us up in Facebook's algorithm. So if you like it, Facebook will see that you like it, and then they'll share it out to other people.
Why was I over here doing a liturgical dance? I'm like, boost it up, share it out. Oh my gosh. So yeah, y'all, please do that. Also, if you are looking for a deeper connection, like you're like, these ladies look like fun, I should totally hang out with them. We also invite you to join our VIP members network. That is our space that is free off of all the social medias. This is our very own social media space, free from the algorithms, all the things trying to hold a brown girl down and such, right? So you can join that by going to tinyurl.com/brown-girl-boss. All right. So we got a couple announcements, y'all, that we want to share before we kick everything off. So first off, programming note, right? So here at BBG TV, we have 2 shows currently. This one that you are watching, Brown Conversations, and then we also have another show called Brown Girl Boss. Brown Girl Boss comes on every other Wednesday. Mm-hmm. So in the month of March here at Beautiful Brown Girls, we are focusing on finances and getting our finances in order, removing the shame and the guilt that might be associated, just making sure that we are taken care of. So our next guest on Brown Girl Boss is Jarellis Tifa. She is the creator and founder of Cash is Queen. So she's going to be hanging out with us and giving us some tips about how we can get these finances together, baby, so that we can do all the things that we want to be doing this summer and all the things. All right. So that's going to be on the 22nd. That's next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Go ahead and mark your calendars now. All right. Now, this got some updates.
Yes, we have another update on Wells Fargo. I know we've talked about them in nauseum, all of the bad things. Well, they're back in the news again. So imagine it's Friday, you just got paid, but did you actually get paid? Well, everyone knows that Fridays are paydays, but Wells Fargo's customers did not receive their paychecks this past Friday. I don't know if you saw the news. Wells Fargo released a statement and said, if you see incorrect balance, missing transactions, this may be due to a technical issue, and we apologize. Not only were the direct deposits a problem, but people also lost money, or just wasn't there, or some people had negative accounts. And this is what customers were accusing Wells Fargo of. And so
we got a question on the floor. Who dares to bank with them? We're not sure, right? But just in case you somebody you care about has dealings with Wells Fargo, you might want to start exploring some other options. Yeah. They have definitely been in the news frequently. Maybe the last 3 or 4 shows we've had, Sab, right? Like we keep talking about that.
3-4 shows. So
keep talking about that.
now's the time to start thinking about, like, if you were affected by this, and God knows, I hope that you weren't, now's the time to start thinking about how you can create additional income without depending on your direct deposit to be there every Friday. You know, like, I mean, I can go on, but these are just updates. But we just want to let you guys know that if you currently bank with Wells Fargo, and if this happened to you, really, really, really sorry, and reevaluate where you bank. They have been, we talked about them so much, Kimberland, like
So
you
many
said,
times.
in
So
a
many
negative
times.
way. And
Yeah. So
yeah, there's
that's
nothing else.
the update.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So we are going to play a game today, and this is a game that many of you all are familiar with, right? But if you're new to us, this game is called Pass or Play, and this is a segment that we always have our upcoming new releases, movies and TV and things of the sort. So as we are going through these particular new releases, we want you to tell us in the comments, are you going to pass on watching this, or are you going to play, which means you're going to watch it? You can type the words, you can give us some emojis, you can let us know what's up with the pass or play. All right, okay,
All right, what we got up on the docket.
Here we go. Let me move this out the way so that we could see this good and we could see the rules. All right. So first up, we have Peter Pan and Wendy. Now, Wendy Darling is a young girl looking to avoid boarding school. She meets Peter Pan, a boy who refuses to grow up. Wendy, her brothers, and Tinkerbell travel with Peter to the magical world of Neverland, where she encounters an evil pirate captain. So we do have the trailer for this, and we are going to play this really quickly. Again, you let us know if you are going to pass or play on Peter Pan and Wendy. All right, here we go.
Tell me, how did you come to Neverland?
Are you
Lost boys.
every last one of us? But you're not all boys. So? What is this place? It's home.
Peter found it. Just like he found all of us.
It's like he found me. Peter Pan?
Were you expecting someone else?
Y'all are so pretty.
What you say, boys? You ready for an adventure? It looks very far away.
It's closer than you think.
All right. So we're going to pause it here, and we want to know, pass or play on Peter Pan and Wendy.
What about you?
Well, I appreciate that Yara Shahidi is Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
I think that that's going to be really cute. And one of the things I was wondering about is because in the trailer she doesn't say anything. So
Yes,
does Tinkerbell talk?
I wanted to know that too. Like, does she actually talk? I don't know, but I mean, Yara wouldn't be in this just
she gotta say something, right? Because she wouldn't just be floating around like as a silent fairy, right? Like I can't see her doing that. So in that case, I'm gonna watch it, but I'm probably not gonna go to the theater to watch it. I'm gonna probably like watch it once it comes on Disney Plus or something like that. It's not at the top of my list. It's not at the top.
a lot of passes. Oh, sorry. No, actually, it's middle.
It's kind of balanced. Okay, Aisha said Tink does talk, but mainly to Peter. Okay, so maybe they just didn't put those scenes in there. All right, cool.
I am going to pass. Again, similar to you. Like if it comes to Netflix at some point, then I'll catch it on Netflix. Maybe. I haven't watched. Y'all know I ain't got no TV. The only thing I got is Netflix. And yeah, it's a pass for me. It looks really cute. It looks cute, but yeah, it's definitely a pass for me. But yeah, it's balancing community, the pass or play.
Yeah, it's kind of off and up and down. Okay. Well, how about this?
What we got up next?
How about this next one? I'm really excited. I'm really excited about it. Oh my God.
Same.
The Little Mermaid is like my absolute favorite Disney movie ever. And the trailer came out. Now we only gonna play a little piece of it, okay? But I'm gonna try to like not be over here.
Don't
like,
cry.
Oh my God. I was so happy when I saw it the first time. Like, so happy. When I don't even know how to contain it. Y'all can stay right now. Okay, let me be quiet. Okay, let me go ahead on and play it. Pass the play, y'all. Pass the play in the comments.
You broke the rules. You went to the above world.
A man was drowning. I had to save him.
This obsession with humans has to stop.
I just want to know more about them.
Poor child. I can help you. You can't live in that world unless you become a human yourself.
Is that even possible?
What I live for.
Something about you seems different. I can't quite figure it out.
She got legs, you idiot.
It's Melissa McCarthy that's playing Ursula.
But I know something's starting right now. Watching, you'll see. Someday I'll be part of your life.
He's a human. You're a mermaid.
That doesn't make us enemies.
That looks amazing.
Oh my God. Listen to me. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
We go past the player now.
Oh my God. So
Amazing.
I saw the trailer, right? Because they debuted it yesterday after the Oscars. I wasn't here crying. Like, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. This comes out, you all, on May 26th. And it's on my calendar because
Wow. That was my first
I can't wait.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful.
That was my first. Today, I was watching it with y'all for the first time too. That was my first time seeing it. I am going to play. Why am I acting like I'm thinking about it? Yes, I'm absolutely going to play. It looks amazing, Kimberland.
It's so
Ladies.
pretty. It's so pretty.
Ladies. Oh my gosh. I don't even know the words, but I'm a fake like I know the words to that song. I mean, I know the words, but it just looks really good. What about you, Kimberly? Oh, wait, you said it was on the calendar. What
Yo,
about-
I can't wait.
A lot of
I can't
plays.
wait.
A lot
We
of
got plays in the community. I think this is going to be like a smash hit. Like I really
Oh,
do. I really
without a doubt.
feel it like in my bones. So I cannot wait. Like
Without a
this.
doubt.
Whew, team play. All right. Okay. What
All
we
right,
got
so
next?
what else we got on the docket? So, did anyone watch Chris Rock's what is this thing called? Selective Outrage. So, with
I
his
tried.
highly anticipated upcoming Netflix comedy, Selective Outrage is the itch female dog word loaded
Mhm.
Netflix sketch that proved that what people have been saying all along about Chris Rock, which is that he antagonizes and maligns Black women. So I mean, that's Sab's opinion. But it's been a year since the world watched Will Smith slap the taste out of Chris Rock's mouth during the Oscars. The Oscars was yesterday, I think. Rock's new stand-up special on Netflix, Selective Outrage, which streamed live on March 4th, was Netflix's first live event. Chris Rock proving, like I said, that he has a problem with Black women. So I'm wondering, has people in the community watched it? We're going to speak this. So I say that he antagonizes and maligns Black women, right? And let me give you a few reasons why and how to prove it. He's been making fun of Jada Pinkett since 1997. Oh my gosh, that Good Hair documentary, the 2009 or 2019?
Whatever it was.
Good Hair documentary. Good Hair documentary painted Black women in a bad light. Black women are regular punchlines in his stand-up. He also said that when Barack Obama was running for president, that Barack Obama needed a white wife to win the presidency, and that's because they know how to play their position. He said that, what else did he say? He said black women, he said, on the other hand, would try to play a black man's position. So if it isn't clear enough that Chris Rock hates black women, even his own daughter, I watched the special, I listened to it, I didn't watch it. I don't know. So, Kimberland, have you?
So I tried. I did my best. I really did. I gave it a good Girl Scout try, and I just couldn't do it. I had already seen some of the clips of when he talked about Jada, when he talked about Meghan Markle. I don't like Chris Rock. I am not a fan of him. I have never been a fan of him. He gets on my damn nerves. Like all this screaming and hollering and yelling. He is literally shucking and jiving for white people every opportunity he gets. Like, I just don't like him. I don't like his brand. Whatever. So that he did have some valid points about, like, selective outrage is a thing, and it is something that should be discussed and all of that. He had valid points about, Will and his size and slapping him and all that. Okay, cool. All of that. But he's just not funny to me. Like, I did not laugh. Now, what I did laugh at, though, was Marlon Wayne's special. God Loves Me. Now, did y'all see that one?
I saw clips. I know I was supposed to watch it last night, and I realized that I didn't have HBO Max. Well, I thought I did. That's a whole nother story that I'll explain. But what I did see is clips, and I like Marlon Wayans. I like his comedy. I listened to his interview on The Breakfast Club, and so if I can figure out how to, I will play this just because I like Marlon Wayans, and I've seen his specials before, and I've seen his form of comedy before. So I think he's solid. He's solid and he's funny. And yeah, what about you?
So I did watch Marlon Wayans, and I laughed at Marlon Wayans. So Marlon Wayans special is on HBO Max, y'all. It's up now, so you can always go back and watch it. And it's about the slap. It's about the slap. So, and his relationship with Chris Rock, his relationship with Will Smith, his relationship with Jada. But what I think Marlon did a great job of doing was not insulting the way that Chris called Jada the B word, I don't know how many times, over and over and over and over and over again. Add that to all the other foolishness that he does. Like, it just gets to the point where it's cringy for me. Marlon Wayans did a really good job of saying things like Chris Rock is one of the funniest comedians in his opinion. He's like, Will Smith is, an amazing actor. Like, Jada is a beautiful human, and then crack the joke. Like, so I just appreciated it a lot more, and it was more humanizing. Okay. I feel like Chris Rock will do whatever he needs to do in order to make white people laugh. And I'm over it.
Interesting. Well, it's not interesting. I mean, yeah. I'm not a big fan of Chris Rock. I think I only listened to it because it was on my Netflix as like, you need to watch this, you need to watch it. So plus I just wanted to see like how cool it was that it was like live on Netflix. Like Netflix has never done anything live before. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I can't talk today.
So in the community, we're kind of up and down.
I was looking at
folks
that.
Watched it, watched Chris Rock's special. Quite a few of us haven't seen Marlon's special yet. So I definitely urge us to go and check that out if you're able. But quite a bit of agreement on the types of antics that Chris Rock participates in. So if y'all didn't see it, I urge you to see it. Like, I urge you to watch both of them and I really did try to watch Chris Rock's. Like, I really, really did. And I might try again. But it's pretty interesting.
Okay. All right. What else do we have on the docket?
So I'm really excited about this one. How many Power fans are out there? Who is a part of the Power universe, right? So wanted to mention this really quickly. Power, if you don't know, is 50 Cent's project, right? And it started out with regular Power, which lasted 10 seasons. And was it 10 or was it 7? I can't remember. But regular Power, then there are a bunch of spinoffs. So there's Power Book 2, 3, and 4. Actually 5, I think, are supposed to come out, and it follows different characters. Well, Power Book 2 is the story that follows Tariq, who is a ghost son, and how he is keeping his father's legacy, if you will, alive. Naturi Naughton is in it as his mother. Mary J. Blige is in it. Joey Badass is in it, as well as Method Man. So if you ain't got no reason but to watch it, except for to watch Method Man, that's enough. But this is one of my favorite spinoffs of Power. So where are Power people at? Who be watching Power? Pass or play? What are you doing? What are you doing?
You see how I'm just sitting here stoically?
Yeah, you don't look too excited, and I'm confused.
So yeah, I'm gonna pass. I've only seen season 1 and 2, and it just got to be too much. It was just too much. It was just too much. So definitely pass for me. I'll get the updates from the internets. Do we even, is it still even that popular? Where
Yes, girl, people be watching Power Child. Let me tell you something. But I see some of y'all is sleeping on it. Okay, so I'm gonna need y'all to get up on. So Power comes on Stars. Okay. So some of y'all need to go and you need to watch. You need to watch because it's really good. See, it took me a while to get into it, but once I did, I was hooked. See, that's what I'm saying. y'all got to get on in there. It is a really interesting show. So anyway, it's back. So if you're looking for something to watch, might want to check it out.
All right. So is that all we have for? Yes, that
was all of our new releases.
So on to top things that brown girls should care about. So we're going to start to talk about Michael B. Jordan. We got to include the middle initial like Samuel L. and Michael J. Sabrina D. Jackson. You know, there are a lot of Sabrina. Actually, there's a lot of Sabrina Jacksons in Dallas, even a Sabrina D. Jackson. Well, anyway, aside from that, ahead of the release of Creed 3, actor, producer, director, and Michael B. Jordan received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He was honored by the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce on Wednesday, March 1st, with the 2,751st star. I'm laughing because I'm like, that's a lot of stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in the category of motion picture. 65 years they've been doing this. They've been getting stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And initially I was just like, how do stars get a Hollywood Walk of Fame star? Like how? So you have to be nominated. So anyone can be nominated. You must have 5 years in the industry and a history of charitable contributions each year. It says each year they receive an average of 300 nominations. And if you are nominated and you do get the star, you have to pay $40,000 to receive your star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Congratulations, Michael. Well deserved. Like I feel like is it too early for Michael to?
So I was just about to say, just put in already. I felt like I know Michael B. Jordan has been around for a while. He started with The Wire, some time ago. But for me, it feels really early in comparison to others. So like there are who did we just report on recently that got stars? Jennifer Lewis. And she's been in the game a long time. So that's the mama from Blackish. The grandma from Blackish. Dre's mama. Like she's been in the game a long time. So for her to just now be getting a star,
and May's mom.
It's really interesting. Oh, he was on All My Children? I didn't know that. I didn't watch ABC soap operas. I was a Young and the Restless type of chick. Okay. But at any rate, I think this is awesome. I think it's amazing. And I don't know if you all had the opportunity to see Jonathan Majors did a part of the speech for Michael B. Jordan. And these two have been in the news a lot lately because there's so much controversy for some reason about Black men who choose to show each other affection. And I feel like it's all rooted in homophobia, to be honest with you. And that is Kimberland's humble opinion. But some pictures were going around about of the two of them as they were embracing, and they just really have a very fond relationship with each other. Like they are brothers. Like they, when Jonathan was talking about him, he was like, man, I love you, man. Like I love you. And it's not like that, you know what I'm saying, dog, you feel me, bro ham, you know, where it's got to be like, he was like, nah, man, I love you. And it really brought something to our wonderings of, because there are Black men and Black women who feel like men don't have the rights to express emotions. So what I was wondering is like, how do we as Black women create safe spaces for our Black men to feel and show emotions? Because if we're telling them as boys that they can't cry, right, then they grow up to be men who don't cry. But then we as partners are like, why you don't never be vulnerable with me? Well, we have the cycle of telling them that they can't. So I don't know. What y'all think?
How do we as Black women create safe spaces for our Black men to feel and show emotion? Well, I think by not, like, obviously not making fun of them, but when they do, don't say, like, a lot of men like pause or what are some of the things that men say, but showing affection towards them and letting them know that it's okay. Like I love to show affection. Like one of my love languages is hugs. Like I enjoy giving hugs. I love affection. So if you can do that around your Black man or Black men, show them that that you have affection for them and you love them, I think that they'll be more, in my opinion, I think that they'll be more comfortable with wanting to share that and seeing the reaction that we get, how they feel when they receive that love. And I think that they would be comfortable in wanting to share that experience with someone else, I think.
Yeah. And I like this comment that Nikki made. She said, men are human and deserve the space for healthy friendship. Healthy friendships can help a person hold themselves accountable to maintain healthy, intimate relationships, or at least have a close friend who can hold them in integrity. Yeah, I feel like the bro code, if you will, like is very much not centered in, is this a healthy relationship? I think it has a lot to do with appearances. So I appreciate, Nikki, you bringing up the human aspect. Like they are people and they have a right to have feelings. Elise said we have to embrace it. It's a feeling that's grand and we need to be present and open as a community.
I love that.
Aisha said it starts with how we raise our children. We have to change our language and take away the stigma of them being able to feel their feelings and share those feelings. Let me grab couple more. Susan said, encouraging them to show affection and express how they feel, especially with each other. They need to know how incredible they are and how much we value them.
I love that.
And then we have one more. My husband and his brothers are extremely close and affectionate like that. And I love it. My son is also that way with his friends. They tell each other they love each other daily on the IG posts, all of that. They hug in public. We have never told them it was not okay to do. Plus, they watch us as his parents show affection and they see my husband with my brother-in-laws is natural. I love that. That is so beautiful. So yeah, I think if we can start to change, like the cycle has to break somewhere, right? So it's like if we can start breaking that cycle and allowing the generation under us to feel that it's okay to have these healthy relationships and friendships, then that will do a lot, I think, for the culture.
We can break that. Yeah, I'm just thinking when you say we, as in like us as a culture, need to break that cycle, or is it just men need to break that cycle, or women?
Us as a culture. Yeah, I think it's a cultural thing. Because I think it's cultural. I know both men and women who don't grasp this concept. So yeah.
All right. Well, I love that.
So we got how many of you all drive Fords at the risk of exposing too much information. But anybody a Ford fan out there? Fords? I don't know. Well, the reason why I was saying like exposing too much information because Ford is out here doing some filing some patents and such.
Okay.
And the latest patent that they have filed is for a self-repossessing car. And basically, what that means is that the car will drive itself to the junkyard or back to the dealership over missed payments.
What? So now they
yes.
Explain. Like, okay, wait. So if I don't make my car payment and it's late, the car.
Your car said, "Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna just go ahead on back over here to the dealership." Because clearly you ain't really trying to have this car. So Ford basically got that Rihanna spirit. It was like, better have my money, okay? So the company is taking these extreme measures. They filed a patent for a self-repossessing car. So the patent would include a feature that could make cars repossess themselves if a driver misses payments in the future. The patent, which goes by systems and methods to repossess a vehicle, that's the name of the patent, would be capable of disabling a functionality of one or more components of the vehicle.
So I don't
hold on. Messages would be sent to the vehicle's display screen or the owner's smartphone. If a payment is still not made, they may take additional measures such as turning off the air conditioner or the radio. And if that doesn't work, the car could start playing audio that is incessant and unpleasant anytime the owner is present in the vehicle.
So if I get in my car and I haven't made my payments, my car can just play "What Is Love?" Baby, I don't like that. So like it could play, it could turn off my air conditioning.
Girl, turn off the air conditioning and you can't even listen to the radio. Okay, they just gonna turn it off.
I wouldn't want to.
So y'all getting a Ford? Y'all buying y'all a new Ford? The new Fords that's coming out?
That is just so like, it's my car. Yes, I'm financing it through you guys.
Well, it ain't technically yours till your name on the title.
Yeah, this is stupid. It's crazy. I feel like they're gonna put a camera in my car too.
Well, so it said that it would play the music anytime the driver is in the car. Well, how would you know that the driver is in the car? You have to have some type of like video to be able to see that the person is in the car. So we just want to let y'all know in case y'all was in the market to get you a new car. Okay, y'all might want to think about if it's a Ford. Okay. Marvella said, is this because they don't have enough repo people? Yeah, and Ford said y'all better have their money. Okay, they're not here for this. Since said I bet all cars will follow soon. I think that is very likely. I think that is very possible.
Like, what's the point? Like, no.
They said run them their money. They sick and tired of y'all talking about y'all like y'all gonna float the car note this month. They sick of this. They said run them their coins or bring me back. Matter of fact, you ain't even got to bring the car back. Hey, car, roll out.
So that means like I have to leave my car in the garage now. So like
it might bust through the door. I don't know. But listen, when you leave about that garage and you leave to go to work, please know that car ain't gonna be there when you get back. Okay. Just know that. Now you might have got there, but trust and believe. When you get back, ain't gonna be no car. So just saying. We just wanted to share that piece of information with y'all. Cause yeah.
All right. So this next story, Kimberland, I feel like you probably have more thoughts and feelings surrounding this. So on March 3rd, this story has been everywhere. Harrowing footage of armed gunmen violently abducting a group of Black American travelers in Matamoros, Mexico, went viral across the internet. And now authorities have given a startling update about the individuals involved in the chilling incident. It was 4 of them. Is it Latavia Washington, Eric Wise, Shaheed Woodard, and Zindell Brown? Unfortunately, Shaheed Woodard and Zindell Brown were, because it was 4 of them, 2 of them were found dead, and then 2 of them were taken alive and then subsequently released alive. And yeah, they were all kidnapped and they were found dead, and then 2 were found alive. And then a letter claiming to be from the Mexican cartel responsible for the kidnapping of the 4 Americans, an apology letter came from the Mexican cartel, basically saying, yeah, these men who were involved did this on their own volition. We didn't have anything to do with it. They didn't listen. So they sent an apology letter. They turned the 4 people in that did this, that killed the 2 Americans. Actually, 3 people died. It was 2 Americans and 1 Mexican woman that got caught in the crossfire. Really unfortunate story. Really, really unfortunate story. And yeah, let me preface to say that I'm really sad and I really have empathy for the deceased Americans, the both Shaheed and Zindell Brown, excuse me. But there just seemed to be a lot of holes in their story of why they were driving from South Carolina to Mexico for a tummy tuck. Yes, they were taking their friend Latavia Washington to Mexico to get a tummy tuck. So she was going to go to Mexico to get a tummy tuck and then sit in the doctor for how long it take for sit in outpatient and then drive back to South Carolina after your tummy tuck. It's just that whole tummy tuck narrative just doesn't sound valid to me. Again, extremely unfortunate what happened to these 2 Black Americans. So the point that we're making, or we're trying to make, is this is a really sad story. So if you are traveling to a foreign country, make sure you do your research on where you're traveling. Make sure that you travel to tourist-friendly places. Like I've never heard,
don't go off the beaten path, right? So this is the thing. I was trying to hold it in, but I can't.
What? Let's take it to get to the very end.
I was like, I can't even keep it in no more. So this is the thing. It's a few things. There are some holes in the story, right? There are some holes, and we're not quite sure what actually occurred. I will say that I don't know if you all know, some of you all are new. I lived in Mexico City for a year before I moved here to Colombia. So I'm in a lot of Mexican group chats and group chats of people that are in Mexico. The group chats are saying that there's some other things that was happening. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. But to your point of, if you are going to go into a foreign country, if you don't know a country, you don't know the language, it is not wise to just be driving through a country that you have not really mapped out what's going on. What I will say is that Mexico is an entire country, right? So I saw a lot of calls of people being like, I'm canceling my trip to Mexico. Like, that would be akin to somebody saying that they're coming to the US and then somebody got shot in Chicago and they're like, I'm canceling my trip to the US, even though they were going to Los Angeles. We know that is nowhere near the same place. But what I will say about Mexico is that northern Mexico is very well known that is narco property. So narco is short for narcotics, right? So we know, I don't know if y'all know this, and I'm gonna say it and then I ain't gonna say nothing else about it, but both governments are complicit in the drug trade, right? So in that area in northern Mexico, that is where those exchanges take place. The block is hot up in that piece. I would never recommend that anybody go to northern Mexico because there's a lot that's going on right there. Stuff like this can happen. Whereas when I was in Mexico City, which is more southern central Mexico, we didn't have any of that, like at all, like none of it, right? So I think it's really important to make sure that you're doing your research and know where you're going, and don't just be out here all willy-nilly off the beaten path in a foreign land where you don't know the language. Like, this doesn't make any kind of sense, right? So Latricia said, she goes off the beaten path. She's been to northern Mexico. It's no joke, especially not being able to speak the language, and cell service is funny. The police aren't helpful. my point, right? So you want to make sure that if you are in a foreign land, that you are being wise. You would not do that. Like, I mentioned Chicago. I'm not from Chicago. I'm not about to go to the hood looking for the hood of Chicago. I don't know nothing about Chicago. Like, I wouldn't do that. That's not why.
Well, you'll do your research and figure out and get.
But I still wouldn't be all up in the areas that I know the block is hot. Like, why am I doing that unless I'm going to look for trouble? This does not make sense.
Yeah.
So that's the take home message, y'all. We don't know what happened. I don't know if we will ever know what fully happened as far as why they were there, what circumstances surrounded, what have you. But we want to make sure that we are being wise in our choices of how we choose to move in foreign countries, right? And I will say and just name again that the U.S. gives travel advisories for traveling to Mexico almost every day. I just want to say that they do. So I'm on those lists and such. So now it's about spring break and all of that. But I will also say this one last thing. One of the reasons why the drug situations get so bad is because U.S. citizens come to Mexico looking for drugs. So things like spring break, there's a mass influx of people that want to turn up. So now they're in that culture. This is how stuff starts popping off. So I'm just saying, just put it out there. Be wise wherever you're going. Make good choices. Be wise. I feel like I'm talking to my middle schoolers. Like, but seriously, make good choices while you're there. Don't go to another country and do stuff that you wouldn't do in the country that you are familiar with. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. All right.
So, having said that, I'm like, let me get off of my soapbox. So we are going to jump ahead to our public health updates that we have, and we give these updates just so that we can stay in the know about the things that are happening in the world and some of the things we need to tune our attention to. So we got a pretty big section this week. So wanna jump into why is Walgreens in the news?
Walgreens, they are in hot water. Why are they in the news? Is because they are refusing to distribute the abortion pill. Now, this is different. This is not the Plan B pill. This is the abortion pill. And this is on the heels of, Roe v. Wade being overturned. So the nation's second largest pharmacy chain confirmed that on Thursday that they will not dispense abortion pills in several states where they remain legal. Nearly 24 Republican state attorney generals wrote to Walgreens threatening legal action if the company began distributing the drugs, which have become the nation's most popular method of ending pregnancy. Again, following the ending of overturning of Roe v. Wade, challenging reproductive rights. So the Biden administration moved in January to allow retail pharmacies to dispense the pills, part of a broader push to preserve and expand access to abortion as many states pass bans on the procedure. Again, Roe v. Wade, I'll continue to mention that it being overturned. The decision followed a multi-year analysis by the FDA that found the pills were safe and effective to use without a doctor's visit. This is a group of Republican attorney generals who argue that Biden administration is misinterpreting the laws around mailing and dispensing abortion pills also wrote to CVS, Albertsons, Rite Aid, Costco, Walmart, and Kroger, demanding that they too should refuse to dispense the medications. So if Walgreens isn't giving them away, you can go to Walmart, Kroger, CVS, Albertsons, Rite Aid, and Costco if you decide that this is the course of action that you are interested in. California has decided to end their relationship with Walgreens, and I was trying to figure out what that meant. In their relationship with Walgreens at a cost of $54 million contract. So I'm like, what does that mean? That essentially means that the state of California has varying contracts with Walgreens for, I learned, through in jail systems, healthcare systems.
Through their prison systems.
That's a lot of money. That doesn't mean that Walgreens is going to close in California. It just means that they're going to lose a lot of money, at least in California.
That they lose those private contracts. Yeah. So it still is, it's still a thing. Kimberly said, I too am ending my almost non-existent relationship with Walgreens. So it's so interesting. I grew up in New Orleans, and Walgreens is, first of all, the second largest pharmacy chain in the US. So I grew up in an area where Walgreens was very prevalent. I actually was a manager at Walgreens before I started teaching. So I was a manager at Walgreens for 3 years. And almost used to exclusively shop at Walgreens. Like, you could not get me to go into a CVS. But when I don't know, Kim, who's the first largest chain. We'll have to look. It might be CVS. I'm not sure. I would imagine. But at any rate, when I moved to Pennsylvania, they didn't have Walgreens. So I had to start shopping at other drugstores or what have you. But it's really disheartening to hear that the relationship between the government and a pharmacy can get so convoluted that even though this drug is legal in this state, because the federal government is doing things that they're going to put pressure on a pharmacy to say that you need to limit accessibility to this drug. That continues to blow my mind, especially now that I don't live in the US. And I see how easily, like, I had to go back to Mexico the other day to go to my dentist appointment. And she wrote me a prescription. And I went to the store to get the medicine, and they gave me the prescription back. They was like, oh, here you go. Thank you. Pay for it. Here's your prescription. Like, the prescription wasn't to get the medicine. The prescription was so that they would know what medicine I needed. So it's like accessibility to healthcare is so much more accessible in Mexico and in Colombia. So it's blowing my mind even more so that the government and people that have an agenda are able to coerce an institution that is supposed to be providing access to people based on their agenda. Like, that's blowing me. That just blows me.
So yes. CVS, to answer, I forgot whose question.
CVS is the top one.
Is the largest one.
Gotcha.
This is unfortunate. It's annoying, but that's why it's so important to continue to vote. Because, like, to have these Republican leaders being able to put so much pressure on the second largest pharmacy is just it's infuriating. I don't shop at Walgreens, but yeah, well, now we have other options. If that is an area that if that's when I mean that there are other options is if you are wanting to get an abortion with the pill, you have other options. So you can go to CVS, you can go to Albertsons and Rite Aid and Walmart and Kroger and Costco. And it's like they want the entire country to just be, what's that show where all the women are just like
Stepford Wives or Handmaid's Tale?
Yes, Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, it's a lot. And to Kim's thing, the country is now politicizing everything. Aisha said, in a democratic society, it's all about control. You control people's health care, you control the people, and it is very sad. So we bring these types of stories to you because we want you all to be aware and to know what's going on so that, again, you can make informed decisions. So if you do patronize Walgreens, now you know where they stand on this issue and how they respond to pressure. Want to shift just a little bit, but still to this idea of healthcare. So Keke Palmer, I don't know if you all are familiar with Keke. The gag is Lauren Kiana Keke Palmer has been in the news lately for a few reasons. One of which is she actually has a new network that she's been working on called Key TV, and that has been really big. And she's only 29 years old, so that is like, wow, exactly. She also has a new film that's coming out called Big Boss, and it's supposed to be released sometime this month. is a musical narrative that chronicles her experiences in the music industry. So a lot of people know Kiki for her acting, but she also is a music artist and can sing, and dance, and she's like a triple quadruple threat. She can host, like she does all these things. Well, she was also in the news because she and her man have welcomed a new addition to their family. So Kiki and her guy, I think his name is Derek. I'll look it up in a second. But they have welcomed their new son, Leotis Leo Andrelton Jackson, to the world.
Blackest names.
I'm here for it though. Name your baby girl. But it was really big news because if you all have been following Kiki for any amount of time, you may have heard Kiki talk about her struggles with PCOS.
What is that?
So PCOS stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome. And it's a hormonal condition that develops in women of childbearing age. So it typically comes about from the ages of 15 to 44. And it causes ovaries or adrenal glands to produce more male hormones than they're supposed to. So Kiki has talked about her struggle with acne, with adult acne for a while, right? This is a post that she made back in 2020 of talking about how she even knew that she should ask about PCOS. So the two things that she saw in her struggles of trying to figure out what was going on was the adult acne, and then also this condition called hirsutism. So I'll tell you what that is in a second. So it's important to know that PCOS affects 1 in 10 women worldwide. What we have found in research is that Black and Mexican women are more severely impacted than any other ethnic group. A lot of it has to do with insulin resistance, our predisposition for conditions such as diabetes, obesity, and things of that nature. So back to your point about healthcare, and the what we were talking about, one of the things that's really frustrating with PCOS is there are so many symptoms that it oftentimes becomes difficult to figure out what's going on. So some of the symptoms, as I said, are hair loss. Hirsutism is actual excessive hair growth. So if you all or anyone that you know gets a lot of hair, like male pattern hair, so like in this area here on the neck, like almost a beard. And that's what Kiki had written about in her post. She was like, lightweight, I often have a beard and I have to shave it every other day. So this excessive hair growth is one of the things that comes with PCOS. You also might have pelvic pain, infertility, weight gain in the belly area, irregular periods, excessive fatigue, as well as acne. So all of those are symptoms of PCOS. And many times people with PCOS have fertility issues when they're trying to get pregnant. So the reason why it's such a big deal that Kiki was able to not just get pregnant, but carry her baby to term and have her baby successfully is that many women with PCOS don't feel like they'll ever be able to do that. Another thing that often happens is doctors will often encourage women with PCOS to have a hysterectomy. And that is removal of the uterus. So at that point, there is no possibility of ever having a child. And that doesn't have to be the first line of defense. Like there are other things that can be done. Unfortunately, there's no cure for PCOS. It is a condition that is managed, but it is something that many Black women and women of color have had to deal with. So we wanted to bring this to you all because if you are experiencing any of these symptoms and you have never gotten any type of test for PCOS, you're wondering what's happening, this is something that you may want to ask your doctor about so that you can get to the underlying issue as opposed to just treating the symptoms.
All right. I'm sorry, I'm sitting here looking something else. Yeah. All right. On to the next.
Yeah.
So
So along with that, go ahead, Sab.
yeah, I was just gonna say on that same token that it's a perfect segue because like, what are the things like? What are the things? How do we know what to look for? How do we know, like, when we're going to our physician or we're going to our doctor? How do we know what to ask or what questions that you should be asking your doctor? Like, how do you know? Like, obviously, listening to your body. They tell you often listen to your body and all of the things that happen with our bodies. So yes, that's what we wanted to talk about today is just 7 questions that women should ask their physician or doctor on their next doctor's visit. And I thought that this was a perfect segue because, Kiki knew obviously she did her research, but Kiki knew to ask her doctor, what is this? What is going on with me? So one of the first things that we wanted to talk about. So at your next doctor's visit, we just wanted to tell you to be sure to ask your doctor some of these questions. So the first question is, like, I want kids down the line. So what now? Like, whether or not you are interested in having children in the future, if you are interested in having kids in the future, what are my options? I'm 30 something now. I'm not 30 something now, but if you're 30 something and you're like not looking to have kids now, but in the future, what are your options? Whether you freeze eggs or get fertility tests. The next one is, well, what if you wait, I want kids down the line. So now what? What if you actually don't want kids? Does that change anything for me? That's a question so I don't have any kids. I am not interested in having kids, but this is a question that I never would have thought to ask. Does this change anything for me and my body if I decide not to? What does early menopause look like is there such thing as early menopause for women who do not decide to have kids? All right. So what else?
So then also one of the things that is one of my pet peeves that I see happen all the time is that people don't have a safe place to ask about things such as sex, right? So we assume that people know. So you might be experiencing certain things that happen after sex. So for instance, your pH might change. Some women are inclined to get bacterial vaginosis if their partner has ejaculated in them, right? That's something that you may or may not know is normal, as well as something that you need to discuss with your doctor about how you can control that. What does that look like? What have you? What type of conversations you may need to have with your partner. So being able to ask your doctor, hey, this happens during or after sex. Is this normal? And if it's not normal, then being able to come up with a plan for what that might look like, sounds like, for you as you continue to navigate your relationship with your partner and your sexual health.
All right, the next one is, my period has changed. Is that normal? And that is another question that I didn't think to ask. As we get older and age, our periods may change and fluctuate. I know, not obviously, but women, our periods end at a certain time. But yeah, I mean, what I mean by the end at a certain time is the older we get, when we get older in age, our periods can change. And so, like, do you have a heavy flow? Do you cramp a lot? Do you have spotting? Like, are you feeling different? Are you bloating? Those kind of things. So yeah, my period has changed. Is that normal? So yeah, I do. I'm wondering if you track your periods. Like, I know we talked about before, certain apps to use or to not use, but like when I do currently use an app and I track how my flows are. So that's a question that you should ask.
Yeah, same. What if your energy levels have dropped, right? So I actually just saw a post from a friend of mine recently, and she was saying that she actually had to have an iron transfusion because her iron levels were so low that her body was barely hanging on. But what she was saying to her body was, oh my God, I'm so lazy. What is wrong with me? Why can't I get it together? When in fact, her iron levels levels were depleted. So when we're feeling things like a change in energy, what is that about? Like, am I experiencing symptoms of depression? Like, what's happening, right? As opposed to us beating ourselves up and saying horrible things to ourselves, actually taking the time to figure out, is there something more? Is there a thyroid issue? Is there, some type of underlying condition? So paying attention again to those types of things so that we can ask. Also, this is one that really struck with me. I've made this dietary change. Is there anything I should know? Well, I recently stopped eating meat altogether since being in Mexico. So at this point, I'm a pescatarian. And I have not had a conversation with my doctor about, well, are there certain supplements that I need to be taking now to make sure that I'm getting the nutrients that I would have gotten from the previous way that I was eating, right? So when you decide to make these changes, making sure that you're asking your doctors if there's anything additional that you should be doing or something that you should stop doing in order to maintain your health.
All right.
And then the last question that we have is about current cervical screening guidelines. So we know that as women, we go and we have our annual exams, and this guidance changes from time to time. So currently right now, doctors generally recommend that we should have a pap smear every 3 years for women ages 21 to 65. But women over the age of 30 can consider having a pap smear every 5 years if that procedure is combined with testing for HPV, which is human papillomavirus. So my point is, and I don't know if you all know this, that a part of there's an annual exam, like let me check and make sure everything is okay. Then there's the actual pap smear part of it, which is let me make sure that you don't have HPV. Both of those things are necessary, but those guidances change. They change depending on if you have had abnormal pap smears in the past. There's a lot of stuff that happens there, right? So we want to make sure that we know what that guidance is so that you can adhere to that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I get my annual PAPs, but I'm like going because those are free on your insurance plan. But I'm wondering, like, when you go to get your annual PAP, one of the things that they can test for is to see if you or your family have a history of cancer. I'm thinking that could help alleviate the need to continue to go more than once.
Oh, I don't know. Or it might make you have to go more because there's a history. So they need to pay attention to what's going on, because if there's a history of abnormalities, then they may want to keep a closer eye on it. We have a couple additional questions here in the chat of things that we may want to think about asking. So where'd it go? Okay, I think another important thing to know, which should be obvious, is to get a second and third opinion if necessary. Some doctors don't care and will just dismiss your concerns. I would go to the doctor, they would try to convince me it was all in my head, that I was over exaggerating. I wasn't in as much pain as I said I was, and I was so young. I could have avoided some tragedies in my adult life had I tried another doctor. I was in the same boat with iron levels. Mine was a 4 when it is supposed to be around 100. I finally found a doctor who looked like me, and she actually listened to me enough to give me the test I needed to get to the bottom of why I was so low energy all the time. It wasn't that I just needed more sleep or that I was doing too much. Advocating for ourselves with doctors who look like us is so important.
Absolutely.
It is imperative that we as women eliminate the shame when it comes to having open and honest conversations with our primary practitioners, no matter how insignificant your concern may be. My reaching out to my OBGYN caused me to get emergency surgery to remedy a seemingly innocuous event or circumstance. So yeah, we want to make sure that we're equipping ourselves to advocate for ourselves. So again, y'all go back, watch the replay, grab those 7 questions that you want to ask your physicians, because those are extremely important. All right. So, we have a discussion topic that we want to run by you all. And there is some background info that we need to give. How many of y'all watched The Breakfast Club? Sab, I know you were like
I do.
an avid
I
fan.
mean, if I don't, watch it, listen. It's a radio show.
Well, they also have YouTube videos.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where I see them, is on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I don't listen to the folks at the Good Breakfast Club unless somebody was on and I'm actually watching it on the YouTube.
So why are we bringing them up? The Breakfast Club is always in the news about something. They're a radio show. They're a polarizing radio show. Not the current host right now. I believe right now it's only 2 hosts. It's just Charlamagne.
Correct.
Charlamagne and
so Angela Yee, who is pictured in the middle, is a former host on The Breakfast Club. She has since transitioned out of The Breakfast Club into her own show that has her name on it. But Angela Yee was in the news this past couple weeks, and it was because she went on to Tamron Hall's show. So how many of y'all watch Tamron Hall's show is the next question. Because she's also not a show that I really watch, but she had Angela Yee on there, and basically Angela Yee shared that she is the only woman that is on The Breakfast Club. And it caused an uprising because DJ Envy and Charlamagne basically said that's cap. There are a lot of women that work on the show. They even did a post on International Women's Day, which was March 8th, and highlighted all the women that were on the show. Then there were other people that popped up that talked about Angela Yee and the way that she has behaved on shows. So some of those folks were K. Michelle and Lil Mama. So I saw somebody just put something in the comments, said after the way Charlamagne treated Lil Mama some years ago, I haven't watched since. So Lil Mama actually said that Angela Yee has a history of making people feel like they are the only woman in the room because Angela Yee often does not align with women, right? So then conversation started surfacing about K. Michelle. So K. Michelle is a music artist as well as hip hop influencer, I guess you can say. She's been on Love and Hip Hop, all the things. K. Michelle was actually on The Breakfast Club some years ago. So it's might have been about 5 years ago. And she and Angela Yee had an exchange where K. Michelle was basically like, I don't fool with you because of how you allow people to talk about me. So there were 2 rappers that were on the show, and the interview was almost over. And again, this was like 5 years ago or so. And the show was almost over, and the men were saying something like, we treat women a particular way, or we don't treat people poorly. Basically, I'm gonna just kind of summarize it like that. And Angela Yee was like, but y'all said something about K. Michelle though. And then one of the rappers was like, oh yeah, K. Michelle's private parts stink.
What?
So then Angela Yee was like, oh my God, why would you say that? Oh my God, why would you even say that? So then the guy continues, it wasn't me, but my boy knocked her down and he already told me like she ain't fresh, blah, 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 like all of this, right? So then Angela Yee was like, well, would you still hit though? So then one of the guys was like, yeah, I'll definitely knock it down. And she was like, well, then you nasty if you would still hit. So she doing all this laughing, right? So when K. Michelle came on the show, K. Michelle checked her and basically was like, she didn't appreciate as a woman, you not nipping that in the bud, right?
Yeah.
So, and it really blew me. Like, I was really like, oh, wow. Because again, I don't really watch them like that. Well, then Tamron Hall winds up getting into the mix because now the word on the street is that Tamron Hall is the new Wendy Williams on the block. So if anybody has watched Wendy Williams, y'all know she was like, how you where the tea at, right? She in everybody's business, keeping up all of this mess, all this gossip. Well, apparently Tamron Hall has now jumped into that space because Wendy Williams has retired. So said all of that to say, It's a lot that's going on right now. And what it made me wonder about is, what is our code as Black women
Mhm.
for how we allow people to talk about other Black women in our presence?
I think,
Like, what are the lines that should not be crossed?
gosh, I think of that quote from Malcolm X. What's that quote from Malcolm X where he talks about the most unprotected person in America is the Black woman, the most neglected person in the back, but Black woman, the most disrespected person in the world is a Black woman. And I think about that. And this is extremely disheartening because I have been a fan of Angela Yee. Angela Yee goes on about how she is such a huge proponent of Black women. She is a Black woman. I mean, she is Asian and Black, but she's still a Black woman. That's a great question. Like, what is the code? The code is always, in my opinion, always defend Black women. Show people how you will be respected as a Black woman. And I think that is I think by you coming and defending other Black women, that will show how, in turn, yes, you will not disrespect this Black woman in front of me. Like, I may not like you, but like, if I don't like you, then I'm not going to offend you, but I will. But there are just certain lines that you should cross. This is a great.
But even for people you don't like, Sab, I can't see you sitting in a room where somebody is talking about somebody that you don't like and you allowing them to sit there and talk about this woman's private parts. Right. Like, I can't see you doing that. Right. Like, and there are definitely people that I do not like, real talk, probably wouldn't spit on them if they was on fire. But I'm still not about to sit up here and entertain certain conversations, especially about somebody's body count or about how someone's private parts smell. Like, I'm not doing that.
That was cringeworthy to even hear that another Black woman allowed that to happen. It was very cringeworthy to learn of this story about Angela Yee. Like, I had to do a little bit of digging too, because I'm just like, yo, she's really like allowing this to happen, or she's really like, and I get it. She's a show host. She's trying to get clicks. She's trying to build her brand, but like, this isn't the hill you need to fall on in your rise up for, I don't know, clicks or fame or whatever it is that Angela Yee is.
Because I feel like the way that you get it, that's the way you're going to lose it too. So if you about to get it on the backs of talking about your fellow Black women who are here to support you, who going to stick up for you, then don't be feeling some type of way when somebody dogs you into the ground. Yeah. So it's like, it just really, and like I said, I'm not a fan, but I was very, very bothered by this Black woman not sticking up for another Black woman. And I feel like K. Michelle really should have cussed her out. Like, for real, she didn't. Like, she was like, let me tell you something, I'm fool with you, okay? Because this is what you allowed to happen, and I'm not okay with that. So I already know what type of person you are. I ain't got nothing else to say to you. But even after that, Angela Yee wound up going on The Real, and Lonnie Love, with her messy behind, gets on there and then brings up the K. Michelle situation as well. Then one of the other hosts, Adrienne, chimes in and she was like, well, let crazy look crazy, because Angela Yee tried to frame it like K. Michelle just came up on the Breakfast Club going all Love and Hip Hop on her with no reason. Well, and it's like, that's not what happened. Well,
it kind of is. She did have the cameras there. Like, she is on Love and Hip Hop, and she did have the cameras there. So when she exited that interview, K. Michelle exited that interview, she asked the producers, was that good? Like, she did that on purpose. K. Michelle,
there was still a reason.
But she tried to play it up on purpose for the show. So it's like,
but there was a reason.
It was like, don't let crazy play crazy. And Angela was just not trying to be on Love and Hip Hop, I guess.
But there was like, had you not done that to her, then there wouldn't have been this scene to me. Yeah. Right. So it's like, I'm very cautious of, and I know as a society, we do this a lot of times. We react to the person who is responding to something that happened to them. So we can't excuse what started this. K. Michelle wouldn't have came up in there all Love and Hip Hop if you would have shut your freaking mouth and wouldn't have been sitting up there letting people talk about her private parts. And y'all was supposed to be lightweight cool. Then she wouldn't have had nothing to come in here to say to you. But we can't pick up and be like, okay, Michelle went off. Why did she go off though? right? So I feel like that there are codes, as women, that we really should be doing our best to protect other Black women. Now, that's not saying just because you're a Black woman that you're gonna get a pass for doing some old foolishness, okay? But this conversation that we're having right now about this Black woman and these Black women is about a situation that happened that's about character. We're not sitting here talking about their bodies and defaming. You know what I mean? Like there's is the code. In my opinion, I feel like it's the code. I feel like I feel like we maybe need to reestablish that code or like be more intentional. I don't know, but this was a lie for me. So now I look at her like she's a liar because you have a history of just saying stuff and then you sit up there talking about you the only woman on the show and then they showing how many women are in the room, but then you try to clarify it and say, well, I meant the only person in the room during the show. Well, that's not what you said. That's not what you said.
Especially the part when she was just like, there were no women on the show. And I was just like, yo, like I initially thought about like the women producers on the show that I have seen on the show. So I thought that was weird. And how she tried to blame it on how Tamron, not Tamron, but how she tried to blame it on like how Tamron positioned it. Like Tamron is a journalist, so she's going to come at it on a particular angle. So I just thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah,
about how that came about.
So yeah, I think team, we team protect Black women over here, even the ones that you might not like. Okay. Hold people accountable, but let's not be in the gutter with all of this. Like we're better than that. So yeah, that's what I had to say about that.
All right. So on to the next, our beautiful brown girl spotlight. So we want to highlight this time around small businesses that our community, you ladies and our gentlemen can support. And we're going to start with Angela Gregorio. She bought a $1 million property to open a strip mall for Black businesses. She recently purchased a $1 million property to open Black and Fourth, a small strip mall for Black women-owned businesses in Washington, D.C. The soft launch was on January 13th. And according to Afrotech Gregorio, she says she has big plans for the new strip mall. She says, I want this to become a model. She shared during her ribbon cutting ceremony. She said, I want to be able to consult for free and talk to other people on how to do this in their city, in your quadrant, so that this becomes the standard of how we care for each other and how we show up for each other and how we show up. I love this.
Yes.
Kimberland. This is just beautiful. I love it. I love this. I absolutely love this story. It's all about generational wealth. It's all about showing others how to create generational wealth. And it's just, I love it. I love Angel Gregorio. Make sure I pronounce her name correctly.
And so these are all the women that are affiliated with the businesses in that strip mall. You better make an impression. You hear me? Make an impression. And then she also, Angela has a business called the Spice Suite. And that's also a collection of Black people who have different types of spices. So if you have a special barbecue sauce and somebody else got a special spice blend or, all of that, like they bring them to this Spice Suite and then people can come and see the different type of spices that are available. Like, is this genius or what?
That is Kimberland. Like, this is dope. Like, if you know people in Washington, D.C., if you decide to visit Washington, D.C., please make it a point to go visit Black and Fourth and just patronize some of those businesses or all of those businesses and tell them Brown Versation sent you.
Yes.
That is just amazing. And on that same track of real estate. Can I just mention a little bit about what I am doing?
Please do, because you've been hinting around at it for a little while, and I think we would like to know. So
yes,
please
so
do tell
I
us.
am on a journey, you guys. I am on a journey to a journeying real estate investor. And can I tell you guys, I am excited about this new journey I am on, and to create my own generational wealth like Angel Gregorio, and making an impact in the communities in which I live, work, and serve. So and I know we talked earlier about creating other avenues of income for yourself. And this is kind of where I am. My business is called Honey Pine Property Partners, LLC. But yes, that's where I'm on. I am really excited. I'm new to it. Obviously, I don't know everything, but it's something different. It's something new. And this isn't like the shiny toy. You know how you get excited about a new shiny, what is that? The new shiny thing? Like, no, I've been doing this for like 3 months now, and I'm still learning. I haven't closed the deal yet, and I will be closing my deal at some point. I will close a deal. That's the goal, right? But I want to be able to, I want to be able to leave my W-2 and just do other things on my own. But yeah, this is different, and I'm excited, and it's not the new shiny what is that called? The new shiny thing. When something is new, you get all excited about it. And no, it is hard, but it's like, if I can be out at 9, 10 o'clock at night doing the marketing for my business, then let me rephrase. It's not hard. People make it harder than what they think it is. I think it's hard for me because it's new and it's different. It's new for me because I've never done that before, but it's difficult and it's hard. So let me rephrase. It's not hard. It's just consistency. But it's something new, something different. And I'm excited about it. I can't believe how hard I have been going at this. And I'm like, wait a minute. I just want to make an impact in my community. And I want to build my generational wealth. So Honey Pine Property Partners. You can go to the website, Honey Pine Property Partners.
I'm proud of you.
How can you support me? Is just by if you go to Honey Pine Property Partners, send me a DM. And how can you support me is by just being my network. Like, if you know someone here in Dallas that is in the real estate space, I want to network with them. It's all about networking. And that's how you can support me. It's just like, people here in Dallas, be like, hey, I know somebody that is working in real estate. Like, I want to start out with wholesaling first, and then I'm going to work towards other things. But that's the initial strategy that I want to start on. And I'm excited. I am really excited about it. So
I love that. I love that you are excited about it. And I echo the sentiments here in the community, that you got this. You got this. So I look forward to the updates and you sharing those updates with us. While you were talking, I was like, well, let me just tell the people how to support all the way around, child. So might as well go ahead and tell the people the rest of the stuff, and then we'll circle back with these last couple of announcements.
That's how you can support. Well,
no, I mean like your other social networks, other things that you have going on, like all that.
I was about to say, yes. So if you would like to connect with me, I would love to connect with you. You can connect with me here on Facebook. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. I got my podcast, Bet on a Black Woman. That is still awesome. I cannot believe how many people still like to listen to Sab. So I can't believe it. I've been doing that podcast since 2019. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on LinkedIn. You can follow me here, or not support me, not follow. I don't like the word follow. Support me on Facebook. You can support me on LinkedIn, and you can support me on Honey Pine Partners. What about you, Kimberland? Where can the people continue to support Kimberland?
Yes, I love that. So you all can support me by going to my website, KimberlandJackson.com, or mindingmybblackassbusiness.com. I had a conviction the other day and a confession, because I don't really share everything that I'm doing. And the number of people that have come into my inbox and asked me for help with different things, or like ask for coaching, is like, I say flippantly, like, oh yeah, I'm a life coach, but like, I'm actually certifying 7 new life coaches right now. And that's a really big deal. Yeah, I had a moment with myself the other day, and I was like, I need to get my life together because I'm not sharing this. Like, I get busy doing the work, but I don't get busy telling people about the work that I'm doing. So this is me telling people about the work that I'm doing. And so I'm actually, I am an intuitive melanated life coach, and I'm currently certifying 7 new life coaches that are also going to learn how to follow their intuition and with a heavy focus on melanated people. But I also have different coaching programs. So if you are someone who has been searching, wondering what you're supposed to do, there's something bigger out here. There's something that I need to be doing. Feel free to go to my website, KimberlandJackson.com. Send me a message if you're interested in discovering what your destiny is, unlocking your purpose. And then if you're like, I've always wanted to be a life coach, this sounds dope. Again, jump in these DMs. Let me know what's going on. On the other side of that, Minding My Black Ass Business is my frolicking adventures. And all the things that I do is I'm out here frolicking. Again, I live in Medellin, Colombia. So my life is a little bit different than it was when I was in the US. So I have been tracking that and putting out all of those shenanigans and all of those things. So definitely wanted to put that out there. Also want to make sure that you all are aware that Sab and I are here every other Monday. All right. This is our standard time, 8 p.m. Eastern. We come here with all the things for you all to know about, the things that are important to us and the brown girls that we care about. So mark your calendars, y'all. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. It gives us energy. This is the best time of the week for us. So please do make it a point to join us every other Monday. So not next Monday, next week is Brown Girl Boss, but then the Monday after that, we'll be back for another episode of Brown Conversations. Also want to make sure that you all are connected to us at Beautiful Brown Girls, because baby, this is where all the stuff goes down. Okay. So you have to make sure that you are connected. Okay. So basically you will go to our website, beautifulbrowngirls.com. There you will be able to see our different chapters. You'll be able to see our team. Y'all, we have over 60,000 women that are connected to Beautiful Brown Girls in person. And over 40,000 women that are connected to us virtually, y'all. We are out here making an impact, and we need to make sure that you are a part of that. Also, make sure that you go to our Facebook page, like us on Facebook at Beautiful Brown Girls, join our Facebook group, Beautifully Shaded. We're on Instagram at Beautifully Shaded and on Twitter at Beautiful Brown You. Also, if you are looking for a deeper connection, you're wondering how you can find out about these things ahead of time. You are wondering how you can be a part of our book club, our fitness groups, our makeup classes, our cooking classes, like all the things that our blogs and all the things we have going on. Please do go to our VIP members network. You can go to tinyurl.com/brownversations. That is where you will be able to get connected to us on a deeper level. So if that is something that is calling your name, please do find us there. All right.
When we get off air, this is what I'm going to go do. Watch me.
Yes, I know that's right.
And can I tell y'all really? I put this out on Saturday night, and I got to cook.
Did you?
Sunday. Swear to God, I was like,
go ahead, Sab. Go ahead, girl. That is exciting. Well, y'all, this is our time. Our time is up. Sab needs to go put out some signs and such. And we just really, again, appreciate you all rocking with us. And definitely the Brown Conversation doesn't stop here. You can continue commenting. You can continue sharing. If you came in late, you want to catch the replay, it will be up on our Facebook page as well as our YouTube page at Beautiful Brown Girls. Share, y'all. We give a lot of really good information that people need to know about. So please do direct your people, tag your people in the comments so that we can make sure that we and the people we care about are ready and willing to live their very best lives. So on that note, y'all, we will see y'all back here Monday after next. Okay. For some more shenanigans. All right. So bye, y'all.